Alrighty, listen, we are back. Alright. Today we are going to be talking about what we talk about every couple of months now. Is Bannerlord dead? And what I mean by dead is the new what's it called? War Sales, the new DLC. Is it good or not good for the game? Will this flop or not flop? Okay? And what I mean by this is we're going to go over this reaction page, but we're actually going to go a little bit more deeper. So I only went through the first couple of pages yesterday because I had other stuff to cover. But I thought, why not? Let's go through the whole thing. You know, not every single post. That's a little bit crazy. But let's go through all the pages. Let's see what kind of good, you know what I'm saying, content we could find here. You know what I mean? There's always some content to be found. But on top of that, we're also going to go to the Steam DB page, see how dead the game is, what's going on here. We're going to go over the wish list. We're going to go over the Steam page. And we're also going to go over some stuff that you guys said. And also, on top of that, I'm including a new segment for my videos. I'm going to call it Idiot of the Day, all right? And I'm going to be honest with you, we have a very high contender over here. Bio, you're going crazy, dog. I'm going to be honest with you. You posted something, and I'm going to be honest with you, you even got people to like it, which I'm going to be honest, it's really good. You might be the king for today, all right? But let's go over it, and let's see who else's feelings we could hurt today, okay? And yeah, just like last video, if you want to comment that you are an open you know, bigot, just comment it down below so I can see it, you know what I mean? Or if you're like, hey man, I'm gonna unsubscribe, please comment that down below. I love seeing that, you know what I mean? I love seeing you guys comment on the way out. It's amazing, okay? Yeah, you guys can take that way, and we can vibe out here together as a community. Alrighty, let's get to it. Alrighty, so Mountain Blade Bannerlord War Tales announcements. Okay, so this is obviously not the where they put all the information, and I think that might have confused a lot of people in the forums, you know, because a lot of people in the forums, sorry to say, it's a lot of feelings over facts, you know. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that how it is. All right, let me stop talking. All right, so first we have is improved diplomacy, AI, and content, please. So first, I want to go over here, because one thing that I never found out on the forums is people always say improved diplomacy, which I agree with. Before I say anything else, I agree with. I think we should have more diplomacy options. I think there should be more than just, you know, fighting through and then doing peace eventually and this and that. I think we should have a lot more options for a lot more things. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be able to only, like, you know, fight it out or raid a couple of villages. Capture a couple of lords. I should be able to make different types of plans, different types of, you know, what we should do around there and all that. Now, one thing I do wish is I wish that more people would voice exactly what kind of diplomacy they would want, okay? I'm not trying to be like, oh, man, what do you mean? We don't have enough diplomacy. I'm on your side that we need more diplomacy. But I need people to voice exactly what they want instead of hitting the classic improved diplomacy, all right? But someone in my video did do that, so let's go see what he has to say, okay? So he said, ask the developers about diplomacy. By the way, keep asking me questions. I am making a little list of questions that I'm going to ask the developers directly on my behalf, okay? It's not going to be all questions, okay? It is not going to be all the questions that you guys ask me. I'm going to pick a select few. I don't want to overwhelm. I just want to, you know, pick the ones that I think the majority of people would like to hear about and go from there, okay? But keep asking as many questions as possible because I'm reading all of them, okay? All of them are being read. All of them are being copied to a text document. And then I'm going to go through and see which ones are the most important, okay? So keep doing that. All right. So I tell him to be more specific when he said about more diplomacy, okay? So let's see what he says. So first one is set time for peace, treaty, and war. Timer on mercenary contracts so they aren't completely random. I'm going to be honest with you. There is times for peace, treaty, and war already in the game. They don't make it sound... I think it is 30 days after you make peace that they cannot start another war with you, if I'm not mistaken. But there is... This thing is already enabled there. But obviously it says set time. So I'm pretty sure he means like, can you set the time in like the settings option? I think that's possible. Make it like a slider. I think that's possible. I think that I agree with that. Timer on mercenary contracts so they aren't completely random with the AI working all over the minor clans to their side when they're losing the war. Sending messengers to lords you want to recruit. This is something that I've talked about for a very long time, and I feel like a lot of people, since I don't just consistently always just dogpile the developers, they think like I don't speak for any changes, but I have. Like a lot of these things that he said in here, because I read a little bit and skimmed through a little bit of this, is stuff that I've been saying literally for 4 years at this point, okay, of changes that I think we do need, okay. But I do agree, sending messengers I think is something that we need like yesterday. I don't remember exactly what they stated about it. It was a very long time where I think we got a response, but it wasn't anything positive, okay, in terms of that. But I still think, because you can certainly, for certain functions, you don't have to actually talk to the person. Like, for example, if you want to disband a party in your clan, you can do that through the clan screen. If you want to send a lord to a town, you can do that as well. Like, there's certain things you can do, but there's certain things you can't do, right? And I don't remember exactly what it was when it came to sending messengers for lords to recruit. I don't remember exactly what the answer to it was, but I do agree that should be there. You should be able to establish a capital city. Listen, dog. I'm going to say it right now. This was my number one idea. You know what I mean? And this is something this is the first time I've seen somebody else but me say it. Not actually, probably like the second or third time. But I swear, 2-3 years ago, I was like, listen, man, why don't we have capital cities? Why doesn't every single faction have a capital city where the main ruler stays at, right? And it's ultra fortified. I'm talking about like ultra fortified. Like you need an end game army of like 3,000-4,000 to take on that place. You know what I'm saying? Even more, if possible. You know what I mean? Like a very hard thing to destroy. I think every single kingdom should have it. And you as the player should be able to establish a capital as well. It should be extremely expensive because a capital, if you think about it, it's like it should be something that is very hard to defeat. Therefore, it should be like a very end game thing that you get. Okay. And when I did mention it in the past, I was mentioning it for the reason of because I don't know if a lot of you guys played in the beta, because I know there's always new people coming into the game. The reason I said we need capitals with more population and all that stuff is because when the game first came out in beta, a lot of for example, Sturgia, who else got destroyed very easily? The guys right next to the Khazaits, was that the Southern Empire? Well, no, Southern Empire kind of does good. I think it's either the Eastern Empire. That one always gets destroyed as well by the Khazaits, and then Sturgia always gets destroyed by everybody. As soon as the game starts, you know what I mean? By the time you get like to, let's say, the stage of where you want to create your own kingdom, Sturgia is already gone. You know what I mean? Eastern Empire is already gone. Khazaits already own half the map. That was the problem that we were having back in the day, right? There's still, I wouldn't even say there's still. I think we've got that down pretty well compared to what it was. But that's why I was pushing for capital cities. But I still think that should be a thing. Voice lines, sure, I agree. We should get some voice lines as well. Banner image options, sure, I agree. Those are kind of more not diplomacy but aesthetic. Winning large battles, raiding 20 villages, and having 20 prisoners needs to mean something. Currently, the AI wants you to pay them. Devastate and pillage options need to rework. Mercy is always the better option. Currently, the field voting system should always include the player at the cost of a lot of influence. I agree and disagree. I think there should be some minor changes done, but drastic changes, no, when it comes to this. Why do I say this? I think that a big part of like late game in Bannerlord, it turns into a grind. But if you think about it, I'm not gonna say realistically. It's not a realistic game. You know what I mean? I don't want to become one of those guys, right? But I think more importantly, how can I explain this? Best of my opinion. It should be a little bit harder to take over towns, you know what I mean? And take over castles. And if you want to go down the route of like literally just killing everybody that you fight, well then yeah, maybe you should become a social pariah inside of Calradia. You know what I mean? As some countries in our world You know, they do that type of stuff, and then a lot of people in the world don't mess with them. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Just saying. There's consequences to being ruthless. You know what I mean? There should be consequences to being ruthless. So I agree. Minor tweaks here and there. See how it works. You know what I'm saying? If it goes up or down. But don't mess too hard with that, right? Spouse needs more voice options. Sure. Why not? Most people stop playing the game when they're at war with Vlandia in the cons and have to constantly triple back and forth. If we could assign... I think this is situational. I think this also depends where you start off and where you actually decide to get your first castle or something like that. You got to make a better decision. If you put yourself straight in the middle of the map, dog, I'm going to be honest with you, that's tough. You know what I mean? You're going to have problems. You're right. All right. What do you say? Honestly, I'd like to add one point. They should give us the ability to rename companions at the cost of either influence or gold to convince them. What is albait? I don't know what that means. You're going to have to let me know what that means. Some other guy earlier told me I didn't know how to speak English because I said to respect people. So I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to that word, no idea. So you're going to have to get back to me on that. Now, moving back to it. Let's see what else we got over here. All right. Pretty shameless. All right. Let's keep reading. But I do agree with a lot of these, and these are on the list, okay? These are definitely on the list. Good suggestions. Now, what else we got? We've got a lot of these. We got the classic, just another money grab. You know what I mean? They should be ashamed of themselves, which is hilarious. Game company makes a game. It costs money. Everybody has their opinion on that, right? Pretty shameless want to release a DLC when the game itself is barely half finished. I don't think it's half finished, but you know what I mean? There are definitely stuff missing. You're right, sure. That's disappointing, but not surprising. Seems to have no desire to fix the core game, just adding another half-assed feature, but charging for it. I don't think that ships are a half-assed feature, and I think by the reception, I'm not listen. There's a reception on the forums, and there's a reception in YouTube comments and all that. And a lot of people are excited for ships because a lot of people have been asking for it. The naval system looks great. Can't wait to see gameplay footage. It's going to be another jank release like Viking Conquest. I wasn't there for the release of Viking Conquest, so I can't even tell you if it was like that. Or are they going to have actual water physics as well as letting us drive a ship and something in battle? Yes. Yes, they have wind and storms that are coming as well that will impact how you travel on the water, if that's what you mean. And let us swim. If we have no weight, we should be able to do it. I guess. What are you going to swim for? You feel me? They don't have anything in the water in terms of I don't know. I don't know what you would swim for is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes they have treasures in the water, but Bannerlord doesn't have treasures. And I've talked about this also, where I think that Bannerlord should have treasures and secret little stashes around every single map. Village maps, castle maps, town maps, because they're very beautiful. And another guy mentioned it right here. I always thought it was a huge oversight to have all these well-crafted and detailed cities, castles, and throne rooms with almost no purpose. I agree 3,000%. 3,000%. They really need to add something to there. Obviously, they slowly it's been added. You got the barber, you got the this, the that. You can play the board games. We need more. We need more stuff. I think the towns and stuff should be utilized for a lot more things than they are currently. I do agree with this. And yes, there is a quest where you can sit in the throne room and take people's requests. I think the modder for that was block, if I'm not mistaken. But I might be mistaken. But it's one of those. All right, moving on. Next, the Twitter post mentioned a cancel story-oriented DLC. Will we ever get parts or at least glimpse of what the DLC was going to be? Yeah, they posted in the... I'm going to link it down below, all the links like I always do. In the post where they actually talk about the DLC and also what's to come in the future, and I made a video on what's to come in the future as well, they state that story-oriented DLC was scrapped, but the features that came with that story-oriented DLC are still coming. That's why you have... Because the story-oriented DLC was supposed to be a, what's the word for it? A stealth deal... Not a stealth DLC, but a more, not sandbox, but more linear version, right? And that's when they were trying to introduce the stealth mechanic, and that's why a lot of people are like wondering, like, no diplomacy, but you added stealth. Yes, because that's what they were going for. They did, like, they were going for a DLC that had stealth in it, but the DLC didn't work out. They decided to scrap it, go for this DLC, which, in my opinion, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say it right now. The forums would be 10 times more on fire if they came out with that story-oriented DLC over the ships. I said it. I believe it, and I said it. All right. Exciting, scared to face the bugs on release, but good job. It is good to know you guys are working on some stuff. True, looks interesting as long as it has naval tactics correct. I'll probably buy. I think everybody on the forums is gonna buy it. I'm gonna stick by that opinion. Sorry, even the people that say, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy it," I don't believe you. Hey, I said what I said. Moving on. Okay. The naval systems in Nord faction integrate into Bannerlord's world, reshaping trade, warfare. Yeah, like I said before, this being added will change the game dramatically. Dramatically. You might not think about it, but when it comes to a sandbox, everything added to a sandbox has to somehow interact with everything else that's in the sandbox already. It's not like a other game where you could just add something on top and it's just like, oh, it's the cherry on top. It has to work within the game function and not crash the whole economy. So this will be very, very big. What else we got? This is great news. Sure, we already read this. Want more money when the base game isn't even done? It technically is done. It's just that people want more features, me included. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people feel like I hate that I have to always mention that at the end, even though I've been literally for close to 5 years now since the beginning of the game pushing for changes. But yeah, I also want more. You know what I mean? But the game is technically done if you're looking at it at that perspective. Come on, Taylor. Seriously, read the room. Classic. You know what I mean? What else we got? I wonder if the system requirements will need to be updated slightly. Yes, I'm pretty sure there will be bugs. There will be bugs. Don't get it twisted. I already know. I'm a lifelong Tailworld's critic. Classic quote. This is insane. Like I said before from last video, it's quite funny, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's hope AI lords have to play by the same rules. Yeah. Now that's a trailer. I agree. Don't expect too much. I bet the diplomacy update is probably only the parlay. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how that goes. I do have some questions. Can ships sometimes break in the middle? Okay, so more questions. I might even add these. I'll see how that goes. We're going to skip this guy. This was one of my stalkers back in the day. Glad to see he's still here. He did talk about how he was going to refund and never look back. And look where he's at again. Right back, baby. Ooh. What else we got? I think they cooked hard with this. I also think they cooked very hard with this. Boom. What else do we got? I'm begging for you to add mod support to council. It's not up to them. It's literally not up to them. I'm pretty sure it's like up to like the councils. And like I said before, if they add it somehow, it's going to be the most basic. You're gonna get horse skins is what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the Skyrim treatment, bro. You know what I mean? You seen the Skyrim paid mods? You seen them? That's what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's good at all. Oh man. What else we got? Hopefully some kin diplomacy. I think some is, my brother. I think some is. Deliver on your previous promises on content completion before asking for more money. I think this is a very... I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry. Call me what you want to call me, dog. if the game, I don't know how to explain it. If the game at this point is, close to 5 years old, and they want to release a DLC that's paid after releasing the game 5 years ago for what, like $40 5 years ago? 5 years has passed, and you're telling me what, they can't release a DLC for what, another $20-$30? I think is probably what the price is going to be around there. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. I'm not trying to hit you with the classic, like, you guys don't got phones, but come on, man. Like, come on, man. Is their choice, like, again, it's their choice to make it, and it's your choice to buy it. You know what I mean? It's just how it comes down to be. To be clear, not even asking for stuff that you acknowledge is cut or abandoned, just promises made that you still haven't fulfilled. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. I'll be honest with you. If you mean by, in terms of like, no, that doesn't even make sense. So, in terms of promises, if you're talking about like the, what's the word for it? They usually always, like, for example, we had that new update to like what's going to happen in the future. The last one came out like literally, I think in like 2023 was the last time they did one of those posts. And I'm going to be honest with you, like 90% of the stuff on that list happened. You know what I mean? It did happen. And they stated even on that list that not all of this stuff will be added. This is stuff that they're looking into. This is stuff that they are working on. But some stuff will be cut. And even when it comes to, in the beginning of the game, they did acknowledge that stuff will be cut. And I'm sorry. Again, I hate to be, the guy, the bearer of bad news. Most games you play, when they first started production, looked completely different. I'm just saying, there's a reason why we go from patch 1 to patch 2 to patch 3 to patch 4, or in Bannerlord's case, like they have like all the different numbers, but the game changes over time. Just saying. Won't ever consider spending on a Tail Wars product again till the discrepancy is fixed. I don't believe it. I think he's gonna buy it. Post your Steam thing right here if you are not a coward, so I can check back on you later. I'm sorry. I think if you are invested into the forums this much, you are gonna buy it and try it, even if you go into it with like I hate this attitude. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been covering this game for 5 years. You know what I mean? I do get paid a little bit for it, It, like, my YouTube check literally pays like my car bill every month. You know what I'm saying? And my insurance. That's all it does, really. But like, I've been disinvested into this game, and I still don't have an account. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be honest with you. If you gotten to the point where you made an account and you blah 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 and you're posting on the daily, I think you're gonna go check it out. I think you are. It's just what it is. I'm mostly curious about things I have not seen. That is true, because in every single big patch, when they release something, it's not just stuff that, for example, what's it called? It's not just stuff that, hold on, someone just messaged me real quick. Interesting. Okay, my bad. All right. But, yeah, every time a patch does get released, obviously the stuff that they would like, because back in the day they used to like make videos that show like stuff that's upcoming, right? And what they would do is they would put that on there, but also add a lot of extra features that weren't on there, which I think is a great thing to do, because a surprise is always a good thing, in my opinion. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go, baby. Oh my God, oh yes, give it to me. Honestly, I will actually feel sorry for Tail Wars. This is going to be a flop, because I really love the game and I wish I could be more enthusiastic. The reality, as I read, however, is that most folks don't seem to be too impressed. Yeah, if you're reading on the forums, of course. Personally, I think it's a mixed bag. But since mainstream audience is ruminating, stop using these words that were created when Bannerlord is set in the world, all right? I've never heard these words in spoken language. I know what you're going to say. Oh, it's because you don't know English. I already know what you're going to say. Regardless. Ruminating? I'm not even going to look it up. It might do quite well. Who knows? I'm guessing what he means is like they're dumb. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they'll buy anything. Oh, I get it. But now that the seal is broken, what exactly were you looking to achieve by zipping your lips for such a long time? Well, they explained why they zipped their lips for a very long time. You know what I mean? It's very simple. So much secrecy. And also, like I said before in the past video, the reason they seal their lips on the forums is because all you guys do is complain. You know what I mean? And half the time there's no constructive criticism. It's just like, damn, bro, the game sucks. I think you guys are literally doing the worst job ever. When are you going to fix it? Like, please bring us more content. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Or just, you know what? How about you take your job that you feed your family with and you do all this with, right? How about you just give it up? How about you give up the whole company to modders on a modding website? Like, bro, these are, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it right now. Again, I'm going to hurt your feelings. These are 12-year-old ideas. I'm going to say right now, these are 12-year-old ideas. This is something that this is something when I was like, 13, 14, like, not even, 12 to 14, right? Where I was literally like, bro, I'm going to make my own game when I grow up. This is how it works. And I would write in a notebook, like, exactly what each feature was, blah, 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 blah. It's one of those ideas. You know what I mean? It ain't it, dog. What really strikes me as odd is that not only one of the few successful studios outside the Anglo-Nordic... Oh my god. What? Oh my... This is what I'm saying, dog. Ugh. Alright, I'm done reading this guy. What are we talking about? You're based in a religion with an absolutely legendary naval tradition? So how the hell have you missed the golden opportunity to create an innovative expansion and bestow the media scene with such a needed breath of fresh... So do you want the ships or not? What do we... Huh? I'm sorry. Oh, man. And most of the features... Oh, here we go. That said, the changes to the modding, which I really do appreciate, and most of the features are fine and dandy, but unfortunately, it's too little too late. For who? Where you gotta be at? I know you're gonna be on this damn forum every day regardless. The hell is too late for you? I'm so damn confused. Brother. Me. My opinion is so important. Me. Sorry. What else? Also, needless to say, but introduction of new ideas should be meaningful. It wasn't meaningful? Okay, I'm gonna move on from that one. That was a good one, man. What else we got? I'm running out of time here. Listen, I got stuff to do. You know what I mean? Can't be spending all my time on the forums. Let's read a couple more here, and then we're gonna move on. Okay. This is DLC instead of 1.3 patch. It is not. You just did no reading whatsoever. And again, feelings over facts. You know what I mean? They did state there will still be a patch 1.3 and there will still be additions added after the DLC. This again is just somebody not doing any reading and just going off vibes. You know what I mean? And not the good vibes. All right. Oh, and here we go. The classic. Diplomacy. I'm sorry, but this is 1,000 times more important than the stealth system. True. But they explained why the stealth system is coming. Is because they had a DLC that they scrapped, but they didn't want to scrap the whole thing. They wanted to keep some of the features. Which I'm going to be honest with you. As a player, I think that's great. Imagine if other game companies did that too. You know what I mean? Get Bannerlord out your mind for a second. Imagine if other companies actually did this too, where they would go and whenever they scrapped the DLC, they would still add some of those features into the game. I haven't heard of that. Sorry to say, I haven't heard of that. Maybe you have. Give me an example. All right. Why should players not just buy or play Vikings Conquest for Warband instead? Because that shit looks like it's from 1970s. I'm sick and tired of you Warband heads. I'ma say it, bro. It's old. You know what I mean? Is it good? Yeah. Is it old as hell? Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Okay? Viking Cosmos has less bugs and way better plot. But the other guy at the top said that there was a terrible launch. So which one is it? What's going on? Oh, man. Sun Tzu said, make sure cake is baked good and probably before adding icing and cherry on the top. When the hell did he say that? Maybe I missed it. But, what that got to do with 2025 when it comes to a DLC for Bannerlord, though? Sorry. Never understood all the ship nonsense I never missed in the game called Mountain Blade. Oh, man, look at this guy. This guy took the ultimate position. He said, bro, don't even give us a DLC. Leave us in silence, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I have it enough already. Oh, man, oh, man. What a stance. Does Tailwoods have plans to fix any existing features that are intended not to work? Is voting going to be fixed? They did talk about that. Is armor going to be fixed? They also did talk about, they talked about both of these already in the past, that these are stuff that they are looking into. It's been a long time, but these are things that they have talked about. Are Lord relations and personality traits going to be fixed? Literally just talked about it in the new what's coming in the future. How traits are going to become a more important feature in Bannerlord. Again, just do the reading. It's there. Like, I can't... Listen, I'm going to say something. Because a lot of people sometimes say that I'm unprepared and stuff like that. And then I look at, like, other people that, like, go about in this world. And I'm just like, why should I be prepared? You know what I mean? And I still stay prepared. But, like, why should I be prepared? Everybody just says what they want. Without any, like... thought or whatever about it. They're just like, oh, here's my thoughts. Like, so what? You know what I mean? And then people are like, oh, man, but you and your thoughts? No. What else we got? I saw a gem a while ago. I want to find it. It's pretty deep. Because I scanned through this to see if it would be even worth it. But I saw a gem. Holy, where is it? Please, let me find it. Please, let me find it. It's going to be the last one. Where is it? Oh my god, I think I lost it. Oh, this is a good one too. There are no words. Oh man, here we go. People literally tell them in every comment to do something with diplomacy. And ships. Don't forget that. And ships. Everyone just forgot about ships all of a sudden as soon as the DLC came out. I remember there was a lot of calls for diplomacy, but there was just as many calls for bringing back ships. Don't lie. You can go through my videos for the past 5 years, and guess what? You will find plenty of people begging for ship content. All right. But the developers in this style, instead of reassuring the players to say that they will consider the point of work is already underway, or honestly say they don't care, they did state it's on the way. They did state that. Again, you didn't do the reading. Sorry. They kept quiet and think people will run to buy their DLC. Well, dog, I am in there sprinting. You know that guy in Get Out? That's me to this DLC, dog. Yeah, it is what it is. Keep killing your game. Okay, this is a perfect transition. Is the game dead? No. It is still in the top 100 played on Steam. It's wish listed. It's in the top. I wouldn't like. It's a little bit farther down the list. We're gonna see how much it goes up the list, right? It just got announced, right? But it's already making its way up. You know what I mean? So people are wish listing it, and hey, I'm gonna link it down below. Add it to your wish list. If the DLC is successful, what do you think a company is gonna do? Especially a money-hungry company like Tailworld. What do you think they're gonna do? make another one. More content. Just saying. But yeah, is it dead? No. It's actually gotten better. It actually went up because of the announcement. So I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. The game is still not dead. You know what I mean? The game that you joined the forums for and comment every day is not dead. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's bad news for you, but for me, I don't think it's bad news. And even if it was dead, I'm going to say one thing. Real quick. It's a single player game. I know there's multiplayer, but your ass doesn't play it. It's a single player game. It doesn't matter if there's one person playing, or 10,000, or 300,000. It's a single player game. All right. You know what I mean? Just wanted to put that in there real quick. Now, moving on. We did all these. Last thing I did want to talk about is Idiot of the Day. Baby, this is something that we're going to start doing. Holy. So this was after the rant in my last video. And look what he said. And people like this. This is what I'm saying, bro. People just vibe. They just vibe. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about what's happening. They don't care about facts. They just vibe. Here. Bro, what are you on about? The forums are right. Yikes, dog. Holy. Going on the forum side? Whoa. All right. The game's been out for 8 years. Buddy, it came out in 2020. And before these news, all we got was the ability to take over an alley pretty much. Yeah, bro. In 5 years, all we got was the alley. That's all we got. Yeah, that's true, man. That's so true. The DLC should have been released maximum 1 year after early access. Yeah, because games release DLCs while the game is still in early access. Yeah. That's how that works. That's for sure how that works. Not after full release. True, bro. Because most games, they just, you know what I mean? While the game is still like, you know what I mean? Like, has mad bugs and the developers themselves think it's still not finished. That's when they just add a whole new paid DLCs in. Because that's going to make the cut. You're right, man. Plus, we got F all for the full release. Sure. You're right. You're 100% right. When's the last time you played the game, by the way? Was it 8 years ago as well? Or, when was it, man? I'm just saying, man. But hey, congrats to you. You are our first Idiot of the Day. Give it up for him. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you, bro. You're a great poster. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I need to see you on this video. I need another take, all right? Give it to me. Directly into my veins. I need it, all right? But that's going to do it for, what else is this? Oh, and lastly, let me just end it off with this. If you are a person like this, who tries to be like, bro, how does having an opinion on historical games, he's talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, by the way, means you're a bigot. I'm going to explain this very simple, very quick, just 2 seconds real quick. If you have problems with games nowadays because there is a character that is not a straight white male, or, you know, the game isn't just like the straightest, most like non-anything game, I'm going to let you know right now, you are a loser. I do not want you here. You are a bigot. Okay? I don't care what your little, but I just want historical. I'm going to tell you right now, the reason he's getting mad here is because he said that the new Assassin's Creed that has a black character in it that actually existed in history, he did. The black character in the new Assassin's Creed game existed in history. That is a fact. I know we don't like to talk about facts. That is a fact. He existed in history. And then all the previous games before that, your main character, Ezio, didn't exist in history. Okay? He didn't. The white guy didn't exist in history. Ever. But there was never any problem with that. But as soon as they introduced a black main character, all of a sudden, all these gamers got all enraged. Why? Because you're bigots. You're losers. You know what I mean? You're not worth anything. I'm being honest with you. You're worth nothing to nobody, okay? Literally. You don't even play games. You just complain all day. Because, oh man, oh, I saw a black person in the game. Oh man, is that a woman? Do I gotta play as a woman? Oh my god, is that a minority right there? Oh my god, do they have a gay scene? Oh my god, it might turn me gay. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. This fragility complex, this victim complex, you're all a bunch of losers. And I don't want you in my community at all. You know what I mean? You can make your posts. You can, dislike bomb me. Like in the previous video, there was like, at one point I had like 55 dislikes and then 20 of them got removed, which means like literally one person probably was out there like on 20 different accounts just disliking it. And then it got removed because YouTube obviously knows when stuff gets botted. You're a loser. You know what I mean? Grow up. If you don't like the game, don't play it. You know what I mean? If you want to actually improve it with criticism, do it, sure. But if your criticism is just like, hey, I don't like minorities or I don't like, gay people, you're a loser. There's the I want to say more. Don't get it twisted, but this is just YouTube, so I can't really say what I want to say really to you. But overall, you are a barnacle on the side of a ship. You know what I mean? Like you're nothing. Is what I'm trying to say, okay? So, just, F off. Or if you want to, on your way out, be like, oh, I'm leaving, I'm unsubscribing, like this guy. Do it, sure. It makes it easier for me to find out, who you are, get you up out of here, and then everyone else who agrees with you, even better for me, okay? So, that'll do it for me. This is not a community of hate. I know we play RTSs and strategy games and stuff like that, which have a lot of, have a huge player base that really likes to, have some wild views. But they're not going to be over here, okay? So it's not going to happen. You can call me everything you want in the books. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't care. You know what I mean? Call me fragile, call me this, call me goofy, but call me whatever, dog. You know what I mean? I know in my heart I'm on the right side. Okay? And you, well, I don't think you're ever going to realize it, okay? All right, y'all have a great day.